From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for The Horse's Mouth here. Tommy Max, of course, at my bar where everyone has a shot to take a seat, grab a drink, and tell their story. Brought to you by our good friends at Dasher and Hot Spring Spas of Jacksonville. We got new friends, we got old friends. We're talking a little business. Going to be a good show this time. Lined up, let's welcome in the panel. David Koehn is here from Koehn Outdoor. Hey, David, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. Thanks.
So you're in the landscape business on the commercial side of things.
Yes, sir.
20 years in running.
20-year anniversary this year.
That's unbelievable. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
What's been what's the most challenging to grow a business like that, would you say, from the start to where you're at today? What's the biggest challenge?
I'd say the first challenge is getting the resources. You know what I mean? As far as the financing and different things, I had to get creative.
Okay.
And you know that as you start to grow and you need those
all the tools, all the machines,
and the machines, and then of course finding and training employees.
Wow.
In today's environment,
Dude,
employees
20 years, that's no joke, man.
Yes, sir.
So we probably see your trucks all over the place around here. Are you a native? Are you from Jacksonville?
No, grew up in Virginia.
Okay.
Moved here in '01.
Okay.
Started the company in '04.
All right.
And,
great place to be, isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
No doubt about it. All right, John Holliday is back from Holliday and Associates, and Lica Patterson as well. How you guys doing? Welcome back.
We're doing fine.
What's the latest, John? What you working on, man?
Well, you know, the first time we were here, we talked a little bit generally about what we wanted to do. Now we're doing it. It's called Insight 365.
Okay.
It's all about information governance and maturity assessments for making sure that your company or your group, they are ready to take on compliance, retention, disposition, all the issues related to information.
So do you start with an audit of that company? Like, do they get a little nervous when you walk in? Like,
they don't get nervous.
You gotta look under the hood, you know what I mean? Make sure you're under compliance, right? That's a big thing.
Well, the main thing is measurability. You know, a lot of times when companies approach managing information, it's becoming more difficult because there's so much more information.
Right.
They don't really have a good idea of where they are. And operationally, their maturity is an important aspect of that because you can't really, get to where you're going if you don't really know where you are. You have to get there. So we do a measurability assessment.
Okay.
Right? We really assess your ability to achieve the various goals.
Kind of like a feasibility study if you're doing real estate or something like that.
Feasibility is one aspect to make sure you have reasonable goals. Right. But then actually, where are you? What is the gap analysis? And we actually reduce it to a number.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lisa, what's your role with Holliday and Associates?
COO.
Other than looking great, hanging out at the bar.
Thank you. I love this. COO, but also jack of all trades, because in the beginning there's so much that we're doing together, and so John is heavily focused. Right now doing a lot of engineering. We're doing integration testing and a little bit of beta testing, and to me, I'm continuing to focus on potential clients and making sure that we're demonstrable and getting ready to hit the ground running to help them solve some of these challenges.
What are give me some businesses that are targets that you'd look for.
Well, obviously a bank, for example. They have regulatory requirements and things like that, right? But they may not actually have a good idea of how hard it's going to be to get there.
Yeah, right.
But engineering, energy companies, any sector really that's dealing with information and some responsibility for managing that information, they really need to understand how mature their organization is. In terms of managing.
It's very, I mean, you go through it too, right? I mean, you got to have that, at least within your company, right, that governing body.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We've finally reached the point where HR function and bringing in a director to actually manage people, processes, procedures. It's easy for someone in the service industry to start small as yourself, and then as you add more employees, more trucks, more equipment, and then with us, one of the big things was our software, where we're actually tracking the employees' hours. It's all integrating back into a CRM where everything is tracked and measurable, so you can set your KPIs and measure your progress and know where you're winning and know where you're losing. So, when you're doing multiple different sectors, you want to see what sector that you're doing is actually, profitable.
Okay.
So
Performing the best kind of
installation,
deal.
Right.
maintenance, irrigation,
Yep.
horticulture service. So we have several different line items on our P&L that we track separate, and we track all the labor, all the equipment, and everything's siloed into that, and we track that and the profitability, and we measure those separate. Our software systems help tremendously with making sure that's all in line.
Pretty cool.
See, it's good you point that out,
Yeah.
because a lot of times a company will be in the process of expanding and growing,
Yes,
right?
sir.
But they don't have the processes in place to really adequately manage their information.
I've been there.
And at some point you cross that line. So
Yeah.
what we're trying to do is help you understand where you are in that life cycle, so that when you get to where you're going, you can do it efficiently. There's a lot of wasted energy.
100%.
Right, when you're tracking the wrong things, or you're not really looking at your governance group,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, talking from a bank to what you're doing to whoever, right?
Yes, sir.
It's probably need to get that done early, right? As you're
And
assessing.
it's an
bringing
ongoing
together.
thing, And the thing that we're doing is what's unique about it is that by reducing it to a number, let's say, we have a rating scale from 1 to 5. Where are you in terms of your maturity, right?
Yep.
But if we come in and analyze today, and then we come again in a year, right? So we can then offer a track record. We can track how are you getting from where you wanted to be to where you are, and see how well are you doing along that.
It's like watching tape.
Yeah.
Watch it
Perfect.
right?
Exactly. You got to watch.
How did I do?
Yeah,
Right?
that's
It's
right.
right there on tape.
You don't watch the film, right?
How do you improve?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
All right, as we wrap up, what would you say the favorite? Well, for the panel, okay. I'll start with you. What's the favorite part of your job? What would you say?
For me, I like the freedom as a starting point, and for the mere fact that we're doing this for ourselves, but I really like the opportunities to connect and meet other people, and just even coming here and having a conversation with David, we're learning a little bit about his background, and again, information is everywhere, so I really
saw
like
you were
that
cutting
aspect.
grass from
So it's absolutely.
What would you say, John?
I think for me, it's just seeing the light come on, right? Because you put something in front of people, they've been struggling with this problem, and you offer a solution, and they go, aha, that makes sense. That's the best part for me.
Yeah, no doubt. How about you? Your last word, Dave?
I'd say that what I enjoy most is watching the people around me become better leaders.
Okay.
And learning how to coach and mentor your staff, and set, like you were saying, when you have a vision for your company and you have the right consulting and the right processes, and you're painting that vision. We use a 3 to 5 year traction organizer. It's a VTO, vision traction organizer. But watching that and putting key individuals or leaders at your company in charge of those particular areas, and then watching it in 2 and 3 years develop is really exciting for me, as I now get to kind of sit in the CEO spot and look down at the company and watch it expand.
And that's how we bring it back to football.
Really
It's like when you draft someone high and they actually work out for you.
100%.
They're an incredible player for you, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it.
My
and
pleasure.
Good luck and keep it going, man. Awesome. Hey, I learned something new every day on this show, too. That's probably my favorite thing, meeting people and learning what they're doing here in the great part of Northeast Florida. Make sure you check out their profiles. You'll see this conversation and many, many others at the dailynewsnetwork.com website. Until next time, y'all stay safe out there and be cool. And we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
The coach should be going to bed at night thinking about the athlete and how they're going to help that athlete improve. They shouldn't be worrying about how am I going to quantify their improvement, or am I going to have to keep up with all this information? Those things that are kind of background to the coach focusing there on the athlete. And so what Dasher does is it takes all those side things away, allowing the coach to focus then on the athlete.